Hi, all. I'm Obscure Girl. I like movies. I like weird movies. I like weird, trippy, obscure movies that I feel like no one has seen or is talking about. Whether that be because the marketing was so bad, because they're just old, or because you're like, I think that was a fever dream I had when I was 5. I'm here to tell you, it wasn't. Let's talk about it. And if you cannot tell by my attire, by my super Christmassy looking makeup right now, I have fully transformed into Nightmare Before Christmas mode. I don't know what happened. Okay, I know what happened. I went to a Home Goods to look for the Halloween clearance, saw the overabundance of adorable Christmas stuff, including like 50 different nutcrackers, and then I went outside and it started snowing, and I completely transformed in a Sailor Moon esque fashion, and now I'm wearing fuzzy socks again. That's just what happened. So, because of that, just like with my spooky watch list, I want to give you a seasonal watch list, a holiday watch list, a I don't know, it's Christmas movies that you wouldn't normally think of. Uh, I am a bit of a holiday movie connoisseur, if you will. I have seen so many, so many holiday movies, and I wanted to put together a list of ones that I don't think a lot of people would think of. I went online, I looked at like a bunch of most popular, underrated, all these different lists, and came up with ones that weren't really showing up on any of those lists. And then I literally put it past like a couple of friends. I even put it past my therapist, hey Liv. And they were just like, yeah, no, haven't heard of most of those. So I really just want to push this forward. And here you go. Here's some stuff that you haven't seen 500 times in your life already. Maybe. Let's get started. Now, just to be clear, this is going to be a list of my preferred recommendation movies for you, starting from least recommended to most recommended. And even the one that is the least recommended, I'm still recommending. I know that can seem kind of weird in this context, but I want you to watch all of these, okay? Okay, cool. Number 15, The Muppet Family Christmas. No, not Muppets Christmas Carol. That's what I watch every Christmas Eve night before we go to bed. That's actually our tradition, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm also not talking about A Very Merry Muppet Christmas, which I just saw for the first time yesterday. I can't believe there was a Muppet movie I hadn't seen yet. And I'm not even talking about the Muppets and Lady Gaga Christmas Spectacular, even though, oh my God, if you haven't seen that, watch that. That was amazing. Lady Gaga and Elton John and Lady Gaga and Kermit sing my favorite Lady Gaga song. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But no, I'm talking about Muppet Family Christmas, which is really freaking cool. The only place you can really see it is if you find it on VHS or here on YouTube. But it's so great because it's the only time when the Muppets, Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, and even Muppet Babies all join together for this adorable little special. Is there a plot? Kinda, sorta. A lot of it's Muppets singing Christmas carols. There is a plot with them all coming together at Fozzie's mom's house, and they're waiting for Miss Piggy as a storm is starting to hit, and they're worried that she's not there yet, even though she totally did like a fashion shoot and a shopping spree before showing up. But it's really cool just having all of these characters together. And please check it out. It's great for just like, oh my God, I'm going to have this on in the background when I'm wrapping presents, when I'm putting up decorations. It just feels Christmas. Number 14, Borrowed Hearts. This is the one that I'm putting in the lifetime Christmas rom com category. There are so many that I love. Oh my God. I love the big name ones like Holiday and Handcuffs. I even love Christmas Bounty, which is about New Jersey bounty hunters on Christmas. I, yes, of course, I subscribe to the comfort food of movies that is Christmas rom coms. However, this one is old. This has Will from Will and Grace and the Touched by an Angel girl and Hector Alonso, which is also pretty cool and random. But it's a movie about a poor mom, like single mom with her daughter, and this super, super rich guy. And he needs to pretend he has a family to close this business deal. And so he basically rents the mother and daughter for Christmas to be his family. And then, of course, they end up actually falling in love. The reason I picked this one, it's older. I don't think a lot of people remember it. If they do, awesome. But it's just so sweet. This little girl, you both just want to shake her and hug her at the same time. And it's just super gooey. And it's like this movie is a warm peppermint mocha with a brownie. It's just melty, rich, romantic Christmas gooey goodness. Check it out. Number 13, Jingle Jangle. I'm already kind of questioning why I put this so low on this list. I mean, the other ones on this list are definitely, they're higher in some way or another, but oh my god, Jingle Jangle is so amazing. This is a Netflix original. It is a Christmas musical. The choreography is gorgeous. The cinematography is amazing. The cast is redonkulous. Anika Nani Rose, who Princess Tiana plays the daughter in it when she's all grown up. Keegan Michael Key, Forrest Whitaker. This is such a great movie about an inventor who was going places. He ran this magical toy and inventor shop, and all of a sudden, he invents basically synthetic life in the form of a Ricky Martin doll. And it's not Antonio Banderas, by the way. You're going to think it's Antonio Banderas, it's Ricky Martin. But he kind of just like, oh, you're going to mass produce me? There should only be one of me. And so he kind of brainwashes his assistant, who grows into Keegan Michael Key, into taking all of his designs, taking the toy, and going to start his own shop. And he loses everything. He loses his reputation, his shop, his wife, his his wife passes away. His daughter, he just kind of sends away because he thinks she's better off without him. And he just becomes kind of this miserable man until his granddaughter, who shares the same spark and ingenuity that he once had, comes to basically try and meet her grandpa and find out why she is the way she is. And the songs are so good, guys. The songs are so good. Oh my gosh. I don't know why everyone doesn't know about this. Actually, I do. Netflix marketing sucks. Unless it is something that, everyone is going to eventually see in theaters too, they don't know how to market things. And this is what happens. Please go see Jingle Jangle. Number 12, The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. I love this movie, and it's another one that I feel like so many people have forgotten existed, but it's absolutely fantastic. Mackenzie Foy playing Clara. You've got Keira Knightley. You've got Matthew McFadden, Morgan Freeman, Helen Mirren. Like, the cast is ridiculous. Richard E. Grant, so good. And it's a different, more adventurous telling of the Nutcracker. Little thing about me, I love every Nutcracker version I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen one I didn't like. I am a Nutcracker girly, big time. But this one I really think got swept under the rug a bit, and it's like I kind of get why, but I really think it's worth the watch. It's a almost the way Disney's been doing their live action remakes, where it's like a sequel as well as the original story, kind of like how Alice in Wonderland did it. And this one is about the daughter of the original Marie, who goes and finds this whole place and becomes queen. And it even kind of hints that the dad is the original Nutcracker, which I think is the sweetest, most beautiful thing. But it talks about grief, and it talks about how to handle those first holidays after you lose one of the most important people in your life. And that hits home for me every time. And the cinematography, again, the CGI is absolutely stunning and breathtaking. The acting is fantastic. There's a whole bunch of rats in it, which for some reason I'm able to watch kinda, even though it's like my biggest phobia. But still, it's absolutely a charming, charming movie and worth the watch. Number 11, Edward Scissorhands. Okay, this was one that was on a couple of lists that I let slide through here because you'll know this is a Christmas movie, right? Yeah, the entire ice dance scene and everything, like the dad is, putting up fake snow on the roof of this place. Fun fact, I actually walked down the aisle to the ice dance score because it was absolutely hauntingly beautiful and stunning and amazing. But I love this movie. If you haven't seen it already, it is the story of this Mary Kay saleswoman who goes to this castle at the top of their total Pleasantville looking house, and it's like the only gothic thing in this like pastel world, and finds this boy played by Johnny Depp who doesn't speak, but he has scissors for hands, and sees that he's been living up here by himself, and takes him down to live with her family because she's just this good-hearted woman, and how he both starts to fit in with this community and shows his creative passions, and then eventually gets turned on by the community for reasons that were their own fault. And also, Winona Ryder is blonde. That's an important distinction. I think it's absolutely sweet and a great movie, and definitely, if you're transitioning from Halloween into Christmas, this is a great transition movie. Another great transition movie is Terrifier 3, but y'all have probably seen that one. Number 10, The Nutcracker Prince. Did I mention I love every version of The Nutcracker ever? Okay, good. This is a cartoon version from the 90s, where Phyllis Diller plays the Rat Queen. And it basically kind of goes into a backstory version of how the Nutcracker Prince became the Nutcracker, and how young, I think it's Marie in this one. It's either Marie or Clara. No, it's Clara in this one. Is the name of a doll. They always have to have both names in all of them. Sometimes it's the main girl, sometimes it's not. It's either Marie or Clara just about every time. If it's not, that's when it throws me. But anyway, and it's really cute and funny, and it's just kind of cheesy and ridiculous. It's definitely for younger kids, but it's super fun to watch. It's really, really colorful. They put some words to some of the songs, which I always kind of liked, at least when they do it in this one, not in Nutcracker the Untold Story. We don't talk about that one. Shh, I didn't say anything. But in this one, they do Waltz of the Flowers, I believe it is they put the words to If You Can Hear Me Now. And it's actually really pretty and cute. And I sometimes find myself singing that randomly because it's become a core memory. Number 9, Babes in Toyland from 1997. No, not that one. No, not that one either. That's the one. Even though the other two versions I actually really do enjoy. I love that the original version on Disney, just how fun it is and how much of a stage show it is, but also the fact that the bad guy is the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. That always gets to me. I like the 1980 something version because I find it hilarious that Drew Barrymore and Keanu Reeves were in this movie, and how it's just production value nightmares. But the 1997 version, the cartoon version, I think is the most charming by far. The music is fantastic. In case you don't already know, this is the story of Jack and Jill, who are recently orphaned, and they're being sent to live with their uncle Barnaby the Crooked Man in Toyland, which is a land of nursery rhymes and fairy tale creatures. And they meet Tom, the Piper's son, who is the head toy maker, and they meet Mary, who Mary had a little lamb, who owns the toy factory, and immediately ends up falling in love with Tom and Mary, and they're totally secretly absolutely in love with each other. And it's this whole, they're trying to fill the last toy order for Santa just in time for Christmas, but their evil Uncle Barnaby, played by Christopher Plummer, is desperately trying to not let that happen. There's also a whole bunch of goblins. They're not voiced by Tim Curry. You might originally think that. They look like they could be voiced by Tim Curry. They're not voiced by Tim Curry. Moving on. It's absolutely charming. It's really, really cute. The voice of Mary is Paige O'Hara. No, Susan Egan. Sorry, not the original Belle. The Broadway Belle, also the voice of Megara from Hercules. And the voice of Tom is, I don't remember his real name, but he played Archie in Once Upon a Time. So voices are really, really cool. Lacey Chabert plays Jill back when she was doing like exclusively cartoon little girl voices. And it's just this sweet, fun little thing, and I definitely recommend it. Number 8, Violent Night. This one might be a little bit more popular than I'm giving it credit for, but I just really want to put it out there. Someone decided to take Home Alone and Die Hard, but make John McClane Santa Claus, played by David Harbour. There is absolutely nothing I can complain about in this. Also, I don't know what it is about Beverly D'Angelo having to play the mega bitch in everything post like the vacation movies, but more power to her. This is a movie about Santa Claus, played by David Harbour, who's just kind of done. Also, it's really cool that his backstory in this is like ex Viking warrior who did a lot of bad things, but then somehow got sentenced to be Santa Claus. And so he's just like, what's the point? They only want Xbox games and they're becoming just bratty as hell. And he's just kind of over it. And then you have this little girl whose parents are kind of about to split up. The dad is played by Vicious from the Cowboy Bebop live action. And she just wants like her whole family together. She's like this sweet, good hearted girl. And her family is turbo rich. Like the 1% of the 1% rich, and like the whole family just like sucking up to Beverly D'Angelo, who plays the grandma, who is like the matriarch of this big funded family. And they end up getting kind of home invaded, but it's like very, very organized by this organization led by John Leguizamo. Hell yeah. Also, the guy who got his tongue stuck to the pole in Christmas Story plays one of the bad guys. That was pretty funny. But this little girl uses a walkie talkie to get a hold of Santa Claus and is like, yeah, I'm on the nice list this year. Can you pretty please come help save my family? So she is using Home Alone style like traps and stuff because she just saw that for the first time. And he comes in just die hardened away on these bad guys. And it's so good. Like, there's definitely some gore in it, and I laugh hysterically every time because I have a problem. Again, I'm in therapy, I live. But oh my god, it's fantastic. I've watched it at least 3 times in like the last 2 years. So definitely, if you're into a Christmas action flick, give this a watch. Number 7, Wacko's Wish. I wish more people remembered or knew about this movie. This is the Animaniacs movie. It's not directly a Christmas movie, but it definitely has a lot of Christmas elements. It's in winter, it's all about a wish and community and family, and it's really cute. But it's an Animaniacs movie. It's amazing. This is the movie where the Warner brothers and sister live in TikTokia? No, they live in Warnerstock, which has been hostile taken over by the land of TikTokia, which was a whole kind of metaphor on Warner Brothers being taken over by Time and just all the things that got canceled because of that. But it's what you'd expect from an Animaniacs movie. Wacko ends up finding this falling wishing star and wants to go make a wish, presumably to save his sister Dot, who is, not doing well with some kind of illness. And then the entire cast of Animaniacs all also find out about this, as well as the evil king and Salazar, evil King Salazar. And they are all racing to go try and get to this wishing star. It's hilarious. It's heartfelt. It's hilarious. It's Animaniacs. If you were alive in the 90s at all, you know how good this could be. This was like the final thing the Animaniacs did before their reboot a couple years ago, and it was beautiful and great. And Animaniacs. Number 6, Meet Me in St. Louis. Yeah, did you hear my voice change because of how much I love this movie? I love this movie. I know a lot of people, their classic is It's a Wonderful Life or Miracle on 34th Street. My classic, besides White Christmas and all that good stuff, is Meet Me in St. Louis because Judy Garland. She's fabulous in it. And you can absolutely tell that this is the movie where the director, um, Vincent Minnelli, ended up falling in love with her because absolutely every scene she's in, she's framed somehow and is just angelic and breathtaking. It is the story of a family that lives in St. Louis, and the dad is about to get a job offer that's going to move them to New York, and the family is not happy about it because Judy Garland's character, as the second oldest daughter, is madly in love with the boy next door and is just scheming to nail down that proposal, even though I think she's only like 16, 17. But it's an absolutely classic, heartfelt movie. The Halloween scene in it, because this takes place over the course of a year, there's a Halloween scene that's actually pretty spooky, and really, really cool vibes. But of course, it's the Christmas scene where Judy Garland first sang "Have Yourself a Merry Little
Have
Christmas" that just makes you
yourself
want to
a
openly weep.
merry little
She's so
Christmas.
beautiful, and her voice is so glorious and glamorous, and it just gives you this feeling of family and of hope and of what Christmas is about, which is being together. Number five, A Christmas Carol, the musical, starring Kelsey Grammer and Jennifer Love Hewitt. I love this version of Christmas Carol. Of course, still Muppets, top, Mickey's also up there, but this version and the music inside of it is absolutely charming and heartfelt. Again, talk about wanting to cry at some of these songs when they sing God Bless Us
And God
Everyone.
bless us, everyone!
Like, I tried singing it myself earlier and could barely not cry. That is how sweet and emotional this is. This was a Hallmark movie that I had to hunt for on DVD. But Kelsey Grammer can kind of sing. Who knew? It's pretty cool. And the song Jennifer Love Hewitt sings as, Belle from, or Emily, it's Emily in this one, as his, like younger sweetheart. A Place Called Home is one of my favorite Christmas songs now. Jesse L. Martin, Collins from Rent, he plays the ghost of Christmas Present and is just delightful and a little creepy and charming, and his voice is perfection. Anyway, this is definitely worth the watch. It's a great version. If you like the Christmas Carol, if you like musicals, check this one out for sure. Number four, Eloise at Christmas Time. I was literally recommending this movie yesterday because if you want a great movie where Julie Andrews plays a cranky British nanny, no, I'm not talking about Mary Poppins. I'm talking about Eloise at Christmas Time. It's the sequel to Eloise at the Plaza, which is the story of this adorable 6-year-old girl whose mother is a traveling debutante. She's very big in all the fashion circles, and so she's rarely home. So Eloise and her nanny, played by Julie Andrews, basically have the run of the Plaza Hotel. They live in one of the penthouses permanently. And just the way Eloise both enchants and terrorizes the staff of one of the most prestigious hotels in the world is absolutely glorious. And this time it's at Christmas time. And her best friend, Bill the waiter, is madly in love with his childhood sweetheart, who happens to be the owner of the hotel's daughter. And she comes back to get married to a shockingly bad guy. Because, of course, he is. Because, she's got to get with Bill, obviously. So Eloise takes the case, and she's the one who has to fix all this in time for Christmas and to stop the wedding. It's so cute. I love it so much. It's just so sweet. And I want to live at the plaza and have unlimited funds for shopping sprees around New York. Ah, check it out. Ernest Saves Christmas. Yeah, I said it. I said Ernest at number three. This movie rocks. It is so funny and so cute and reminds you of being a kid and loving Christmas. And I know Nostalgia Critic said it first, but I will repeat this is the best Santa Claus ever. Played
Talk
by
for
the guy
more
who was the voice
seasons
of the
than
Sultan from
I
Aladdin.
should have done,
He just makes you believe.
because I loved
Just
it so
every
much.
freaking line that comes out of his mouth with the music playing behind it, you believe in Christmas, you believe that he is Santa, and you want to help him no matter what. And also this really cute story of this teenage girl that's like run away from home, and she ends up with Ernest and Santa, and just her kind of like coming to terms with like it's time to go home. It's just a great freaking movie. It's so funny. And yeah, some people might call it a guilty pleasure. I think if it's something that brings you that much joy, you should never feel guilty about it. And I definitely think if you want to see the best Santa, you need to check out Ernest Saves Christmas. Number two. All right, y'all. Things are getting important here. Things are getting serious because I cannot stress enough how much you need to watch Arthur Christmas. I'm not talking about the aardvark. I'm talking about the second son of Santa Claus who helps bring Christmas to one child that has been missed. And it is a story of traditionalism versus the new way of things and technology and what is right and what is the most important thing about Christmas. It's so good. And no one seems to be talking about it nearly enough because they keep thinking I'm talking about the Aardvark version. I'm not. This is a British adorable movie. Voice actors are James McAvoy, Hugh Laurie, Jim Broadbent, Bill Nighy, and it's just adorable. It's yeah, a child has been missed. And Santa, who's definitely been doing this for a long time, should be retiring. Everyone's expecting him to retire. He just wants to keep being adored. He doesn't want to feel useless, even though he realizes he's barely doing anything anymore. Because the elves and the technology led by his oldest son, voiced by Hugh Laurie, are the ones really kind of doing everything. Except the oldest son, he's so into technology, he's not into kids. Like, he's into efficiency. He doesn't care about Christmas as much as it is a job. And then you've got Arthur, who works in the mailroom, who sees how much these kids love Santa, who sees how much he loves his dad and thinks his dad is what makes Christmas Christmas. And then kind of slowly realizing, like, no, a child's been missed. She's going to think she's the only girl in the world that Santa hates. Not on my watch. And so his grand Santa, played by Bill Nighy, who wants to bring things back to the old traditionalism of things, helps Arthur, again, with selfish purposes. He's just trying to prove to Arthur's big brother that the old way is the better way. Arthur just cares about getting Christmas to this kid. It's beautiful. It's so funny. The storyline, there's so much in it. There's so many jokes that you have to watch it multiple times just to get all of them. Watch it with subtitles so you don't miss as much as you are going to miss inevitably anyway. It is so sweet and action packed and memorable. There's a scene where lions start flying. It's awesome. Please check out and make a classic out of Arthur Christmas. Before I get to our number one spot, I'm going to do some quick honorable mentions. These are ones that I was originally going to put on the list and then realized they were on too many other people's lists for like underrated Christmas movies. But they are The Holiday, starring Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet, Jude Law, and Jack Black. The Family Stone, starring, oh my god, everyone, Diane Keaton, Sarah Jessica Parker, Dermot Mulroney, Luke Wilson, Rachel McAdams, Elizabeth Razor, everyone. God, that movie makes me cry. And Trading Places, starring Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, which is surprisingly also a Christmas movie. Check it out if you haven't already. But my number one spot absolutely has to go to Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas from 1997. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Beauty and the Beast sequel to be my number one spot. This movie is magical. It literally has enchanted in the title. You have the entire original cast brought back for this sequel, which is not really a sequel. It's part sequel, part in between quilt, I guess, because it tells the story of Belle and the Beast's first Christmas together while she was trapped in the castle when he was still in beast mode, and kind of when they were first starting to kind of get along. Like, you know, the winter scene in the original where they're throwing snowballs, it's that time frame. Bernadette Peters plays Angelique, who is the angel on top of the Christmas tree. She's also the castle decorator. And Belle wants to bring Christmas to the castle, but the beast absolutely forbids it because Christmas is the day he was turned into the beast. But when Belle finds out that Chip doesn't even know what Christmas is, she says, F that noise, no one can cancel Christmas. We're bringing it to this castle, which is being foiled by Forte, which is the giant piano, who is supposed to be the beast's best friend and confidant. He was just the castle composer, but it's voiced by Tim Curry. This is one of those OG Tim Curry villain roles in voice animation. Like, yeah, he's done a million, but this is the one that sticks out to me besides Ferngully the most. It's absolutely magical. He just wants the beast to keep being angry and dour because that's the kind of music he likes to write. So he can keep performing his art and being important in the castle as long as the beast isn't in love or happy. The songs in this are so amazing. It hurts me sometimes that these are not massively known songs. The reprise version of As Long as There's Christmas, sung between Paige O'Hara and Bernadette Peters, is downright heavenly. It'll bring a tear to your eye, if not several. And it's absolutely charming and beautiful. And the song Stories, where Belle is singing about wanting to write a story for the Beast as like this personalized gift. Whew, I can't, there's no words. There's no words, guys. If nothing else this season, if you don't even listen to any of the other ones on this list, please check out Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, or as I constantly call it, Belle's Enchanted Christmas. I have the Barbie from this, y'all. I don't collect Barbies. I have this one. That has been my list of my top 15 most recommended alternative Christmas movies. I hope you enjoyed this list. Please put in the comments below if there's any of these you really like, or if there's any of these that you think that I missed. I would love to hear what your recommendations are. Also, just if there's any kind of Christmas movie traditions that you have, I love hearing about that too. Like I said, mine is we have to watch Muppet Christmas Carol right before we go to bed on Christmas Eve. Otherwise, it's not Christmas Eve and no one gets to sleep. Also, please check me out on Patreon. You could help me out so much by getting a better microphone and just better equipment for me trying to start up this channel still. Please like this video if you like my stuff. Please, like I said, comment. I'd love to get the conversation going. And please subscribe to my channel. It is such a big help. I've been Obscure Girl. I'm sorry I switched over early for the holidays. I'm not that sorry. You're going to get a lot more Christmas. And the rest is confetti.